No, that was definitely me.
Yeah. As soon as my stomach hit it, it moved. So, yeah. Yeah. Oh, man. And welcome back to Triad Hip Hop Podcast, episode 236.
Is it 237?
I thought it was 7. Maybe I'm wrong.
Man, hold on. Well, I got 235 here. Actually, it might be. No, it might. Oh, it's 236.
236. There we go.
236. Well, you know what? I know one way we'll find out. And we'll do that right now. Let me go to here real quick and I will double check. Let's see here. I believe because it actually might be 230. What we'll call it. Let's see. So, nope, it is 237 because we just did 236. Shame on me.
Yeah,
my fault.
All good. So
get the fuck up out of here. Get the fuck up out of here, Howard. You fucking up the job. Anyway, 237. So I'm
237.
Stand corrected. I think that was that one week that like we was getting a lot of stuff together. I didn't get a chance to actually write down 236, so I'll fix that in my notes. And in here, yeah, okay. So anyway, welcome to Triad Hip Hop Podcast. This is episode 237.
237.
All right, and yeah, we do apologize about that. We apologize for being a little absent. Curtis is, was in the process of moving. And as you can hear, we no longer have the dog with us, so we want to. Well, actually, I'm sorry, man. You probably want to talk about that.
Yeah, I was going to mention that, when we talk about our week and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I had to put my dog down, so it's been a hard week for me, man. She was getting old, and I knew it was coming anytime, but she was getting so sick that the doctors was like, you might as well just put her out of her misery and whatnot. So I was like, all right. So I went ahead and had her put down. So that was a hard one for me. But I'm sure she's in a better place and not having to deal with all that pain and stuff like that. So yeah, how was your week this week?
Week was okay. Got some things done, trying to make moves with school and all that other stuff. So it's another thing. Did you enter into the sway?
No, I didn't get a chance to, man. I was so mad because, all of the moving and stuff, man, I just got so preoccupied. And when I heard yours, I was like, yo, man, I really want to do this. But I'm right in the middle moving boxes and I've still got stuff everywhere in the place, so it's just been hectic for me, man. It's gonna be like another week before I even get fully settled into the new joint. So
yeah, so I kind of rushed it together, but it was I ain't get an email back yet, so I'm pretty sure they ain't selected my ass. It was like this country ass.
Hey man, his shit was dope. Y'all should hear it. You know what I mean? It was really dope. So I'm glad you got a chance to actually get in there because I was kind of mad. Yeah. I was like, especially when I heard it, I was like, I wanted to do this so bad.
Yeah, I sent it right at 11:59. Like,
okay.
And like
I had to cut off.
Yeah. Well, I guess technically I would have had another day.
Oh, okay.
Because I sent it the 23rd instead of the 24th.
Yeah.
But I wanted to make sure, so I just went ahead and did it. And but yeah, it's maybe I'll put it on the podcast and let y'all get either a good laugh or, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what this nigga was trying to do, but at the same time, I had fun with it. It's I wasn't expecting nothing out of it. I just wanted to like, hey, put my hat in the race.
It was dope, man. It was dope. You know what I mean? My man did his thing. You know what I mean? Hit y'all with the bars. You know what I mean? So I was definitely happy to hear that. You know, so, but yeah. I don't think we had anybody pass away or anything this week or last week. Not that I can think of.
I think, damn, I want to say some actor or somebody passed away. I can't think.
Yeah, if it was, I might not have caught it, or maybe it's somebody.
Oh, we do want to say rest in peace to the victims that got shot in that the situation where the transgender person came through,
right, and shot that school,
shot the school up with the Christian.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I still don't understand that, man. You know what I mean? It's like, but they said this person used to go to this school, so I'm wondering. I mean, they don't know the full motive, but I'm wondering, was the school like mistreating them at some point, like maybe because they were showing, you know, a different personality, a part of the LGBTQ, and maybe they were like, oh, you know, why you know, acting like the opposite sex and all of that. You know what I mean? Maybe it was one of those where they kind of made that person mad when they used to go there, and maybe that caused them to come back. I don't know. That's the only thing that would make sense, but the person is now dead, so we'll never know.
The only sick part of it, I feel, and we'll talk a little bit more about it on the show because I kind of want to share something. But the White House, the correspondents saying that we're with the trans community at this time. How come y'all not with the victims of the people that actually got killed? Right,
the victims should be priority.
Yeah.
Anything. I get you trying to support the LGBTQ, but this is a time about the victims, not trans rights or something like that. You know what I mean?
Now, I will say this. Because this is going to sound crazy. And I feel this is what God told me. Remember when that when the George Floyd happened in 2020, not the George Floyd, that kind of sounds fucked up, but when that happened in 2020, you know how they kind of try to drown it out with Black Trans Lives Matter. Now, and this is just me, now just hear me out. I think this is kind of blowing back up in their faces, like, okay, y'all, I'm not saying that these so-called Christians use the trans community, shield behind the trans community for the Black Lives Matter, but I think it's kind of funny that now y'all want to shield behind them, not saying them per se, they want to shield behind them when the George Floyd situation come around. But now that the shooting has come around, now y'all want protection. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to be like, well, nah, you gotta go, but nah, y'all shielding. You know what I'm saying? You can't. You know what I'm saying? That's what I seen. Let me say that. Let me not put God in that because I don't want to blame. Everybody like, oh, that's that would be. But I mean, that's kind of what I seen though. It's like on one instance, y'all want to be good, but then the other instance, y'all, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's still, I will say this, it's still kind of messed up that they, the actual victims that died, they really should have gave out condolence to them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's not like they came through it'd be one thing if they had weapons and attacked this trans person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. But they didn't have that.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, these school shootings, man, and all this shit getting crazy. And we got another one we got to talk about that could have potentially happened. But we'll talk about that later. I'm sorry, I kind of jumped around because I know you were talking about your week.
Yeah, you good, man.
Things like that.
But yeah, so definitely, we can go ahead and just give those victims a moment of silence, just to pay our respects. All right. Thank y'all for doing that with us. Appreciate it. So I can go ahead and jump into some birthdays. I don't know if you have a question of the day. I didn't have one today, but if you have one, let me know. But I'm gonna go ahead and do some birthdays real quick. There was a few from the end of March that I'm not sure if I ever went over, but I wanted to mention them anyway, just to be on the safe side. So happy birthday on March 20th to Tame One from the Artifacts. He also passed away. Rest in peace to him. Also, Miss Melody on the 21st of March. Happy birthday and rest in peace to her in case we didn't mention her. Big Sean was on 3/25, March 25th, repping Detroit. So happy birthday to him.
Cold in the deep.
Yes, sir. And my man, Mr. Cheeks from the Lost Boys. He was March 28th. Happy birthday to him. Also, Shorty Low, he had a birthday at the end of March. I forgot to write the date down. I want to say it was March 30th or 31st, but he had a birthday and he passed on now too.
That's a done it all, dude, right? Done it all.
Yeah.
Done it all.
Yeah, he passed away a few years back. I want to say it might have been 2015, maybe somewhere around there. But rest in peace to him. For April 1st, we got Gil Scott Heron. Want to definitely give him a happy birthday because that dude is a poet, a revolutionary, everything, man. So, yes, sir. On April 2nd, we got legendary producer Prince Paul. Happy birthday to him. Also on April 2nd, Quavo from the Migos. Happy birthday to him. Let's see. On April 3rd, we got happy birthday to Young M.A. Happy birthday to her.
Hope she's doing well.
Yep. On April 3rd, also Hussein Fatal, from the Outlaws. Happy birthday to him. Yep. Today, which is April 5th, we got my man Pharrell. Happy birthday to him. Also Juicy J. Happy birthday today to him. Coming up on April 8th, we got Chino XL. Happy birthday to him. And last but not least, on April 8th, Biz Marquis. Happy birthday to him and rest in peace. Yes, sir.
Give them a clap. Man.
All right.
Question of the day.
What we got?
Is America righteous?
Righteous. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, it won't take me long to give you an answer. I'm gonna say hell. Hell to the no. I mean, now, does America have righteous people in it? Yes. But is America as a whole righteous? No, absolutely not. I mean, America, and it's the country I was born in, and, I still love it here, but I hate to say it, but man, we're probably the lowest on the totem pole when it comes to righteousness. You know what I mean? I think we way down there. So I don't know, but that's it for me. The short answer. What about you?
Well, yeah, the reason why I brought that up, with this whole, and we'll talk about more, with the whole BRIC situation about all these countries coming together against America.
Yeah. But
it's really funny, like certain people is in their feelings about the whole shit, and it's like y'all can't really see what's going on. Like y'all, what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, America is not alone, but it's just like they kind of like the face of a lot of this shit. And it's like, come on, man, like y'all can't come in here, do the dirt that y'all do, expect y'all not to pay.
Right.
And they, I talked with a friend, and I'm not gonna say names, but he was like, yeah, man, this stuff is going on. People pulling away from the dollar. I said, man, America did a lot of fucked up shit. Mm-hmm. Oh, Russia and China did too. Yeah, they did. All governments do. But America really did some fucked up shit.
Yeah.
Up there policing the world. People getting tired of that shit.
Absolutely.
And, what I'm saying? America up there bullying and all this stuff. Now, what I'm saying? But yeah, you got, people like, the countries like Russia and China, they've just kind of been like bad boys moving silence, and they've been, plotting to overtake everybody's shit. So, I mean, it is what it is. What I'm saying? I'm not, I'm not rooting for, these other nations like that. Because I mean, really, as Black people, it really ain't our concern.
Yeah.
The only reason I would talk about this because it does affect, our economic power as far as like how we're gonna use money and stuff. But yeah, man, as far as like righteousness, man, y'all can't be. It killed me, man. All the shit that y'all do, and then y'all expect to be holier than thou. But you know what I'm saying. But when people call you out on it, it's like, no, they did this, they did. I'm like, nah, man, nah.
Whole different story.
Nah, y'all fucked up.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and that's the thing. They don't want to own up to the shit they do, man. That just pisses me off, man. So
because we did it,
right.
We as a people did it.
Yeah,
realistically, man. That's what. If you believe how I believe, that's what slavery was.
Right.
We went through our shit. I'll just leave it like that.
Yeah.
So we, whatever we did. I mean, now granted, you're gonna be like, well, no, but as a people, we pretty much, fessed up to what we did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In spite, and even with the innocence. A lot of the people, a lot of people been charged, falsely accused, particularly, people of our color. We served the time. And you know what I'm saying? But it's just like, then they still like terrorize us on that too. Like the, what was it? The Central Park 5.
Right.
When they got exonerated, oh no, they shouldn't have got exonerated. I'm like, dude, they didn't do it.
Exactly. And I mean, they proved it.
They proved they didn't do it. You just mad because like 5 Black people just happened to get people of color because they were one Hispanic dude happened to get out.
Exactly. They were wilding.
But anyway, that was a long answer.
Yeah.
But
y'all let us know in the comments what y'all think. Is America righteous or not? I pretty much know where the majority are gonna sway. I'm sure maybe one or two of y'all might say, that we are, but we'll see.
America.
All right, this is America. All right, so as far as new music, I did have a couple of things I wanted to mention. Hold on. My man's Styles P, he released a new song with a dude named Bucky. It's called Pressure. Okay. So Styles is putting out new music. Y'all need to go check that out. Because, LOX, anything they do is going to go hard. So if you're missing that real hardcore, gutter street shit, go check it out. And then Onyx just released a song called the Boom Boom Bap. So they kind of taking it back to the boom bap sound. You know what I mean? So go check them out. It's on YouTube. Both of those joints is on YouTube. And Howard, you was telling me that we just found out that Ghost and Ray are about to drop an album with Pete Rock.
Yeah. So
man.
Yeah, I want to shout out According to Hip Hop because I think they kind of got the scoop first. But from what I understand, they working with Pete Rock exclusively.
Yeah.
To create this album, which is kind of cool because I was thinking that was something that I ain't gonna say already been done, but I'm pretty sure they probably worked with Pete Rock. But
right,
I think that's cool, man. I mean, especially when you got legendary artists, and especially they were around that era working together. I think that's a cool thing.
Yeah, I mean, legendary artist and a legendary producer. I mean, you can't really go wrong. You know what I mean? So, and I like that. They're trying to expand and say, let's try to do something a little bit different. Let's not just go to the traditional route.
I hope that they. My thing is this. I hope that they do like other albums like this. Like I would hope they would do maybe like other producers like Ray and Ghost. Like let's say for instance they do something with Kanye, or they do something with Dre, if you get them to come out the house. But anyway, do something with Dre. They do something with Diddy. They do something with Premier. They do something. You know what I'm saying? They keep. I mean, it'd be great. They do something with Havoc. You know what I'm saying? Like it'd be kind of cool if they would do some things of that nature. I don't know if they will. But I would definitely like to. I mean, if they ever listen to this, I'm just throwing you an idea. You know what I'm saying? That if they would work with some other producers, you know what I'm saying? And I mean that would be dope.
Yeah. And I mean, to me, Ghost and Ray, whoever they rap over, it's going to be dope. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So they got such a dope sound that they can rap over anybody's beats and be dope. So, but yeah, I'm excited to know about that, man, and I'm excited to see when it comes to fruition. So we'll keep y'all updated on that one. But yeah, that was all I have for music. We can go ahead and kind of jump into our topics for the day because we got a few things to talk about.
Yeah, we got quite a bit.
So, what do you want to talk about first?
Well, let's talk about Snoop Dogg. First of all, congratulations for him being on WWE.
Yes, sir.
Give that. Audience on delay a little bit. Yeah, but
tell me about the WWE because I didn't get a chance to check that out.
The only thing I know, like I think he got a belt from for what I know. I don't really follow wrestling like that. My future brother-in-law does. I just happened to say he came out there, get the people's elbow on some.
Okay.
And got the belt. I think he did an elbow on the owners, like the McMahon, and his owner's nephew. I guess he's running it now. So,
okay.
Yeah, he did the elbow and got the belt. Also, WWE has been bought by the UFC for I think it was like $20 billion.
Word?
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah.
I did not know about that. Man.
Well, I mean, it kind of makes sense though, because really, they was the only, when the pandemic hit, they was the only ones that was really doing like the full crowds and stuff in Florida.
Right.
They were really the only ones doing that. So I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah,
in a sense. So yeah, but yeah, let's go back to Snoop again.
Yeah. You were saying he did some painting.
Yeah, and like I said, I meant to share that with you. Brittany shared that with me and my girlfriend, and it was kind of like a funny meme talking about, whatever Snoop been on, whatever Snoop smoking, I want some of it. But I mean, I think it was kind of just, it wasn't like Picasso.
Yeah.
But the fact that he's painting, man, and I mean, painting's relaxing, and the thing of it is, like I explained to her, like, shoot, that man has seen so much stuff, been in so many situations.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Snoop has probably seen things that me and you probably won't ever see.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Not even on the industry side, just the street side.
Yeah.
Just, the man lost, known people that came up in the industry that he lost, Tupac, things like that. So, like, record label mate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Gang wars, man.
Yeah. So I like I said, I'm for that. If that what it takes for that man to heal, I respect that, because I think that needs to be shown, because especially as Black people, we're always shown in this light like we gotta be monsters. We gotta be natural born killers and stuff. No, we don't have to do that. Sometimes we can have an outlet. You know what I'm saying? I think it's really good and important for people to see another outlet where they can paint and express themselves, whether it be music or things like that. I really, like I said, it kind of resonated with me, because you know what I'm saying, like I said, I'm not in Snoop's shoes like that, but for what all he's been through.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I wouldn't want to go through half the stuff, and I've been through a lot, so I wouldn't even want to go through half the shit he's been through. But yeah, man, I love the fact that, like you said, he's trying to do something, take up a new hobby there, because art is dope. And I mean, if you have that talent, I think you should be putting your stuff out there. And so I'm really anxious to see how it looks, because I didn't get a chance to see it. So
yeah, I'll share it with you. Like I said, I meant to. And then, like I was gonna say too, like, yeah, man, I've been watching Bob Ross, man. Like, I watch him on Tubi. Yeah. So I'd be thinking, like, maybe the student be watching on Tubi.
Right. Gonna throw a little little bush right here.
Oh man,
it's a happy little tree right there.
Yeah, Bobby funny little kid.
No man, have you ever seen the documentary they did on him?
Nah, I haven't. Me and Brittany gonna try to do that sometime. But yeah, man, that's crazy in itself too. I didn't know he had a son.
Right.
I found that out the other day.
You find out a lot more about him on that documentary. I believe it's on Netflix. I believe. But yeah, go check it out, man. Cause it's good. I learned a lot about him. I was like, whoa, this dude had a lot going on.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so shout out to Snoop, man. I mean, listen, Snoop Dogg is a brand right now.
Facts.
I mean, he went from just rapper to celebrity to now a brand. Because I mean, he's all over the place. I mean, you see him on the Corona beer commercials with
Skechers.
Yeah, Skechers. I mean, dude.
Even though I don't like them fucking shit. I know he don't wear them.
Right. I mean, sure. But I mean, he getting paid to wear them, you know what I mean? For the commercial. So, I just love what Snoop is doing because he's making a lot of major moves that, the older you get, if they're still willing to work with you and still put you out there, dude, man, get that bag, man. Because, I mean, he's still working on reviving Death Row Records. He just got that going. So, I mean, he got a lot going on, man.
And the thing of it is, too, it's like he's still relevant. Like a lot of people still, I mean, in a era where, like, being the old guy is kind of like shunned upon.
Right.
People are still looking at him for relevancy. So.
And that's that's the big thing about how it is these days versus when I was growing up, because nowadays, if you want to stay relevant, your face has to be in the camera at least a couple times a month. You know what I mean? People at least need to see you during every calendar month doing something. And Snoop is definitely doing that now. When I grew up, it didn't really take all of that. Somebody like, let's say, a Big Daddy Kane, he could drop an album, and 2 years later, everybody would still be like, where's the new Big Daddy Kane? Whereas now, you stop for 2 years, and everybody forgot about you. And you drop something, they're like, oh, yeah, all right, I forgot about him. You know what I mean? So nowadays, it's all about you got to be in that camera all the time, which, I'm glad he's doing that, but I hate that it's come to that. You know what I mean? That you only can stay relevant if you're always being seen. You know what I mean? So. Oh,
that reminds me. That's something I meant to write in the notes. Speaking of Snoop Dogg.
Okay.
So there was this heifer in Mississippi who got fired for they didn't fire, but they removed that Snoop just got a new drink out. I think it's an alcoholic drink. I forgot the name of it. But she said on TV, he's like, yeah, so you're going to get that? And she goes, for shizzle, my nizzle. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they had to remove it.
Yeah, so you started talking about it, I remember.
Yeah, it was in Mississippi. Man, white people like, man, I used to say that. I say, yeah, but you're not on national TV. Like, she shouldn't have no business saying that. Especially not in fucking Mississippi. It's like the most racist state.
But see, it's funny though, because she's saying she didn't know that's what it meant. Yeah. She's saying that she just always heard the lyrics and just wanted to quote Snoop in general. Yeah. Which, if she's really genuine, then I get it. But if you're lying and you really knew, you probably, you shouldn't have done that. You know what I mean? But,
I don't think. I mean, some of them didn't know, but I mean, I pretty much. When I first heard it, I knew.
Right.
I think they know. They just be like, oh, I didn't know.
Right. It's so obvious to me, because my thing is, if you hear a lyric like that and you know it's not real words, you're gonna ask when it first comes out, like, what does he mean by that? For shizzle my nizzle. You know what I mean? You don't just go 20, 30 years and keep saying it and never thought, I wonder what that means. At some point, you should have asked and would have known. So I don't know. Part of me feels like she lying. You know what I mean? Like she just, but she, just didn't want to get in trouble. So she's playing a slow, dumb card. Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah,
you know what I
mean? They would kill me. They the most intelligent, creatures on the planet Earth, and when it comes to certain shit, they need you quick.
Right. Yeah, man. So that's what happened. But I thought that was interesting, man. But like I said, if she genuinely didn't know, then
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Anyway, what do you want to talk about next? You mentioned, what about the Choke No Joke thing I was telling you about? You want to talk about that?
So yeah, we can do that. We can talk pretty much, like I said, it's Hassan versus everybody.
Yeah.
I didn't see the Choke No Joke, so bring me up to speed on that.
So basically, there was a protest in New York about the Hip Hop Museum, which, I think it was futile to do it because they're protesting the museum concerning Africa Bambaataa. When Africa Bambaataa is actually not even on the board of the museum, you know what I mean? He's not even part of the project.
No.
He was at one time, from what I understand, and he dropped out around 2016. It's 2023. And so basically, Choke No Joke is calling out Hassan Campbell because he's like, okay, you're claiming that you're a big victim of his and that he did all this stuff to you. But when it came down to the protest, you didn't even show up. And this would have been important for you to come and state your case. Like, yeah, I don't want to be, I want everybody to know what this man did to me and blah, blah, blah. If you're that much of a victim, Choke No Joke is like, why the F weren't you there? You know what I mean? And it was some representative of his, like some female went there. He was like, yeah, I sent a female there because it was the month of Ramadan, which it is the month of Ramadan right now. And so he was like, I didn't want to go because it's Ramadan. And, I don't know, man. I don't know if he...
I think that nigga Muslim on Saturday.
Right. It's like are you really Muslim?
That nigga sneaking pork on Tuesdays and shit.
Exactly. Tuesdays.
That nigga sneaking pork.
Like, hold on, man. Let me get this off my lips real quick. Yeah. Assalamu alaikum, y'all.
Yeah. Let me talk to you. Let me talk. Shall we begin?
Right.
Let me talk to you. Get your snot box right. TV turned off.
I just thought it was funny, man. But I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of with Choke No Joke on that because this was supposed to be a big thing about protesting Africa Bambaataa. Now, I don't agree with them protesting the museum because that's about hip hop, and like I said, Africa Bambaataa is not even part of the project. But on the other side, if you really want to protest Africa Bambaataa, then so be it. Make it about him specifically, not about the museum, and then show up and plead your case. You know what I mean? Here's what happened to me. I don't want that to happen to nobody else. Here's what you need to look out for. Here's how I was groomed or whatever. And so and it's funny because Choke No Joke, his video was out probably a good 10 days ago, 10 or 11 days ago, and Hassan Campbell has not responded yet.
Wow. And
so I was thinking he was going, because, he always act like he's so confrontational, but yet you ain't said nothing. You know what I mean? So, and I don't mean no disrespect to Hassan as a person, but if this is really a valid argument, you should have spoke up about it. You know what I mean? So, and a lot of people, as you were telling me, have been coming out about Hassan Campbell. So tell me more about that.
So, yeah, Doggy Diamonds, shout out to him. And, there was the others, 10 Toes Down.
Yeah.
Shout out to him. There have been a lot of people been calling him out on his shit, just to be honest with you. But Doggy stopped fucking with him because it's almost like, he would really help. He would really try to help this guy because like he wanted,
right.
He felt like, especially with Doggy Diamonds, he felt like, he put his platform on the line. And he put Star. Star was also a big candidate advocate for trying to get that story out.
Right, I remember.
Yeah, but I think they started to move away from it when he, every time he get help, it's almost like he bite the hand that feeds him, right? In a sense. So like, I think I think they do. I think everybody's kind of got a right to get upset. But Doggy was just pretty much like, yeah, man, I've helped you out. There's stuff that we talk in confidence over the phone.
Right.
The next thing I know, you're making a video about it. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature.
Yeah.
And it's like,
it's real suspect.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing like personal.
Right.
It would just be like maybe like an idea.
Yeah.
And then what he'll do, he'll take that idea and speak on it, or a topic. And it wasn't like, no, we're not gonna, he didn't want to make it a topic. He just, in general, just wanted to talk about, this is what this was. So, but yeah, he tried to help, and Hassan responded to him talking about, I'm gonna rape you or something like that. And it's just like, man, it's just crazy.
It was like, dude, you sounding real weird right now.
Yeah, man, talking about I'm gonna rape. And then and then what man, it got fucked up because Doggy was like, how Doggy has those he does that voice, he changed when you listen, he changed the voice.
Yeah.
He said, yeah, man, if you ever crying, talking about I want to jump expeditiously, jump, and I'm like,
yo. Got to bring out that Joe Clark voice.
It's a jump expedition.
Yeah.
So I mean, but yeah, man, a lot of people, like I said, a lot of people just against them, but they have right. They have right to, and me personally, I wanted to, believe,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying, but there was a lot of other people that kind of backed off away from all the other victims, and it's like that's another thing the doggy was saying. Like, look, we know where Afrika Bambaataa is. He's in New Jersey,
right?
Like we know where he at.
Right.
How come you ain't getting?
Right.
And even with 10 toes down, he even said, and this was a couple of years ago, he even said that, we got paperwork and things to move on the case.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't want to do it.
Yep.
So, what I'm saying, in the long story short, so yeah, man, it's something ain't right.
It's funny, man. Somebody need to be doing something. I mean, But another thing Choke No Joke pointed out, he said that, which I didn't know about, he was like, there was some recent events within the past, let's say 5 to 7 years, where Hassan Campbell was actually hanging out with Afrika Bambaataa for some reason. I don't know. I was like, so somebody who did this to you, you still, you driving around in a car with him? I just thought that was weird, man. I don't know. He didn't really go into detail, but I was like, yo, that's crazy. So, yeah, you ain't going to catch me dead near somebody who, quote unquote, allegedly molested me.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Molested me. So,
evidently
I can't fuck with you on that one, dog. Right.
He wouldn't get molested.
So, yeah, that's an interesting story. Y'all let us know what y'all think about that in the comments. And don't forget, hit the buttons. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe.
Brothers and sisters.
We need funds
allocated
to take down Afrika Bambaataa.
Wait a minute.
I'm just playing, man.
I don't want the Zulu Nation to pop up over here and talk about, brother, we gonna dance to the perfect beat.
Right. We're gonna dance to the perfect beat.
You start stumping on my head. Oh, another thing we need to talk about. That's something else I'm about to write down. And there's another question of the day.
Okay.
Is AI going to replace real music?
I believe it will. At least, if not fully, I believe it will partially, because they already got AI making music.
Do you hear that? You heard the Jay-Z? I think I shared that with you. That they had the Jay-Z.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna lie, that shit go hard too.
Yeah,
that shit went hard.
It sounded just like them. They had one for Kanye. They got one for Jay-Z. They both sound just like them. Remember they had the AI artificial rapper. I forget his name, but he actually made like a whole album and all of that. And I'm like, what the fuck? So yeah, I believe it's at least going to take over partially, but if not, it will take over fully. Yeah. And I don't know why people would stand around and allow that shit to happen, but to me, the whole thing is it's turning America into, just overall, just slugs, man. It's like we just want to sit back and just feed me. I don't want to lose.
Oh, see, that's
do
what
everything.
they ain't like a Wally.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, you think about it, it's kind of like, I mean, that's kind of like in the direction that they want us to go.
Yeah.
Because they want, you know what I'm saying, in a nutshell, they want us dependent on them. And then they're going to try to make the decisions over your life about how you know. So, yeah, I think the AI is kind of a part of that. Matter of fact, I think Elon Musk was kind of like, look, we might need to chill out on this AI stuff because it's getting to the point where it's developing so much.
Yeah.
Because even with the Chat GPT, they had the third version. They came out with the fourth. Hell, they probably got a fifth version as we speak right now. The way it's going. Someone had a presentation, and when the 4 came out, they was like this close to scrapping their whole presentation because so many changes has happened with the AI. So yeah, I mean it's getting a little crazy out here.
It really is, man. I don't like the whole AI movement, man. I really don't. I mean, all these people like Elon Musk are starting to speak out against it, even though you were the main proponent of it in the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
All of a sudden now you're like, oh, we're taking it too far. It was too far fucking 10 years ago, man.
It was too far when y'all started fucking with the shit.
Right.
That's what it really was. So, yeah.
I don't want to hear that shit now. You know what I mean? People try to tell y'all that shit was too far.
But, yeah, hey, we here now, so shit.
Yep. We here.
Yep.
But you know, I always felt like, you know, that iRobot movie, you know, shit like that was something similar to that was gonna happen.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? But anyway, so yeah, let's move on, man. I don't want to keep y'all forever. We got a couple more topics to talk about. You want to talk about oh boy, your favorite president getting indicted?
I just want to let you know that I'm not guilty. I'm not a crook.
I'm not a crook.
I'm not a crook.
It's always the guiltiest ones always say they're not guilty. You know what I mean? And that's his whole thing. Did you see he did a press conference after he went to court? He held a press conference where he just talked a whole bunch of shit about Democrats and how it's a witch hunt, and you know he's the good guy, they're the bad guy, and Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden, is this, and he got the laptop, and he got all these secrets, and this. It was just like, dude, you doing anything to deflect off of the shit you did.
Well, I'm gonna say this. Trump ain't the first president that got crimes on.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Matter of fact, like he ain't really the worst one they got.
Yeah.
Cause all these presidents do shit. I tell you one thing. I won't say Bill Clinton's name 3 times. Shit, nigga might be missing.
Right.
Really?
You know what I mean?
Be gone, son. But yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? A lot of these presidents. But see, this is the thing, too. Like I was explaining to people, Trump ain't a traditional, like, Trump ain't a politician. And what I mean by that, he's not a traditional politician.
That's true. That's
He's not that. That's why I mean, and I'm not trying to absolve him and saying like, oh, well, he should get away from it. I'm not saying that. But that's why they're going hard at him.
Right.
And especially with, I will say the Dems are going hard at him because they don't want to have to deal with that. That Trump following is bigger than what anybody can imagine. And the thing of it is they're going to have to. But the thing of it is, the Dems don't really got anybody to honestly, Joe Biden is like, he's been asleep at the wheel, son. This mug's been asleep. I'm just going to look. I don't know what he did.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's doing. That motherfucker might be a double. That motherfucker might be dead for all I know.
Right.
Anyway. So
yeah, it is what it is, man. But I'm anxious to see how this whole thing happens, with Trump and supposedly going to jail and all that. I don't think they're gonna get him to go to jail. I mean, because really, you gotta think of this too.
and let's go back to is America's righteous.
Right.
There has been a time that, people would be revered of the president. Oh, no. Like if FDR went to jail, you know what I'm saying? And really, with him being in there 4 times,
right.
that alone. That alone.
He could have went to jail. Nixon could have went to jail.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But but people back then, they'd have been, they hold the president in high esteem.
Right.
So they'd have been like, man, it's kind of messed up. One of our presidents got arrested. You know what I'm saying? But now, since this shit is falling apart, now it's just like, yeah, get this motherfucker. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So it's like things have changed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just,
absolutely.
Some would say, like, if the people that was in FDR's time looked at this time now, they would say that, yeah, that's kind of like a bad look. Even if he did do these things, it is a bad look for America as a whole.
Definitely, man.
Yeah.
I just, just show me that nigga mugshot. That's all I want to see.
Dang, I don't think he's gonna get the mugshot.
I don't know. I feel like we might.
I don't like the orange. Can I wear something else? I don't like the orange. The orange clashes with my skin. It clashes with the skin.
I wish I could be the cameraman who takes the mugshot pictures. You know what I mean? Because it's like everybody always has fucked up hair. It's like the cameraman just goes up to you. Before we take this picture, let me just.
Don't I just finished. He gonna be spritzing it up, man. He gonna spritz it up there, shining me.
Right. You missed the spot. Let me just.
Let me get this scruff this nigga up, son.
Wait, you messed me up. Click. Too bad.
Too bad.
Yo, I would love to see that.
Oh, you fucked it up.
Give that nigga the full James Brown treatment. James Brown mugshot. Boy, that was rough. Man, that bad boy was rough. Yeah. So, but yeah, man. So, like I said, I'm just anxious to see how that plays out. Anyway, we can move on. We still got to talk about the Wu-Tang, but was there anything else that I'm missing? Go
ahead and talk
Drink
about
Champs.
Yeah, I was like Chuck D.
Yeah, Drink Champs. We got to talk about that. My man Chuck D from Public Enemy was on Drink Champs, and it was a great episode. I'm going to have to go back and watch it again because it was very long and it got really detailed, you know what I mean? But I love, Chuck D. Anytime he speaks, man, I want to listen, you know what I mean? And they gave him so many flowers, man, you know what I mean, to let him know how they appreciated him. And, he talked about, leaders in the new school, how he gave them their names, which was dope.
Yeah, Busta Rhymes.
Because he was saying that it was a dude who was like a football player or something like that named Busta Rhymes. And so he gave him that name based on that dude. And he said Busta Rhymes didn't really like the name at first. He was like, nah, man, that ain't gonna work. The name, I guess the original name he chose, he felt was better. But the more he thought about it over time, he was like, nah, he right, Busta Rhymes.
I mean, he lived the name.
He's synonymous with that name. It's like you can't hear that name without picturing his face. Yeah. And it's like it fits him so perfectly because when you see him, all you think about, I want to hear a rhyme. Anything that Busta Rhymes, I mean, he can go up to a podium and do a college lecture, but you'd be like, I want to hear you rap, bro. Can I just hear a rhyme?
Right. I can't do it.
Let me show you how to roll the dice on that. But, so I'm glad he went with that name, man. But it's a great interview. I wish the whole Public Enemy were there. You know what I mean? We didn't get Flav or Terminator X or Professor Griff or none of them. I mean, he had some people there.
Professor Griff was on there. That show would be about 6 hours long.
Man.
Puffy probably had to throw him out there. I know it's too much.
Right. Well, we're going to have to cut 3 hours out of that.
Yeah. Professor Griff, he'd be like, so the conspiracy.
Right.
The thing that they're trying to do to us, to melanated people.
Exactly.
They're trying to poison us. You understand that, my brother?
And Chuck would be like, oh, my
Do you understand that, Mr. Noriega?
Chuck would be just sitting there like, what did I bring him here for?
Yeah, so.
But nah, Flavor's the dude, and Professor Griff is that dude.
Oh, yeah,
I love both of them, man.
Let's just clap it up for Public Enemy in general. Hold on. Man, I mean, especially everyone is definitely one of the most influential groups.
Yeah,
I mean, they're influenced. And the thing I respect about them is that if you really look at Chuck, Public Enemy, it's like the Black experience. It really is.
It really is.
It's really different. Like if you want to see the sides of Black people, the different sides of Black, Public Enemy.
Yeah.
That's all you really need to. That's about all you need to look at.
Mm-hmm.
You have so many. You had Flavor Flav, the Jester. You had Professor Griff as the militant one. You had Chuck D. He's kind of like militant too, but he's kind of like a balance. Yeah, he's kind of like a balance in the middle. And then Terminator, he's just kind of like a quiet dude, you know what I'm saying? But he, speak with his hands, you know what I'm saying?
Terminator's a gangster because he like, you don't really think I'll do anything, but when you're not looking,
oh yeah,
you know what I mean? I'll snipe you, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So yeah, but you look at that, man, they had all these personalities, different personalities.
Yeah.
But they all made it
well.
Yeah, that's it. But when they come together, they made it work.
Yes, sir. Well, yeah, y'all should go check that out, man. The Public Enemy, Chuck D episode of Drink Champs was really good. Chuck D gave flowers to Eminem and Black Thought, and he said he basically said that both of those guys were like what was the word that he used? I think he said aliens or something like that because of how dope they rhyme. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He said they were. He said it was something to like that, like aliens or monsters or something like that.
Speaking of which, didn't Black Thought do like a 35-minute freestyle somewhere?
I'm not sure. He might have.
I thought it was.
He might have.
Yeah, it was like a couple weeks ago.
I don't think too many people fucking with Black Thought, man, right now. Even for a long time, but right now it's like he just don't want y'all to forget. Look, I do this. You know what I mean? I've been doing this for a long time, but I do this. I really fucking do this. So yeah, shout out to Black Thought, shout out to M. You know what I mean? No, he said they were cyborgs. That's the word he used, cyborgs. And he also gave a shout out to Sky Zoo. That's one of my favorite rappers. I think he's on Duck Down. I think if he not, he might have been at one time.
Yeah.
But he called. He said he was real dope, and he put him up there with the two of them. And he really is, man. Sky Zoo is so dope. You know who I forgot? I think dropped some new music. Focus the Truth.
Oh yeah, shout out to Focus, man.
Yeah, Focus the Truth. Yeah, my man just dropped something. I want to say it might have been like March 31st or something like that. Within the past week or so, he dropped something new. I'm gonna have to go back and find that because that dude is dope. You know. Yeah,
shout out to Focus, man. Yes, sir.
Yep. So, definitely go check out that episode. And, that was pretty much all I wanted to say. It was just really good, to hear Chuck speak. Was there anything else we needed to talk about before we get to the Wu-Tang?
Let's talk about, since we were talking about Trump getting indicted, let's talk about this brick situation.
Oh, yeah. My bad.
Yeah, we got to talk about that. So, if you don't understand, first of all, can we agree that Bricks is the most gangsterous name that we come up with? Bricks. Really like Bricks, nigga.
That's a gangster name.
That is the most gangster. Look, I'm pretty sure they would listen to some hip hop when they did that shit.
Right.
You know what we need to call this? Yeah. We need to call this Bricks.
Right.
Like Russia was like talking to China and shit.
Right.
And Brazil was talking to India. Yeah, we need to come up with some Bricks.
Yeah, exactly.
So
man.
That most gangster thing. But it is detrimental to America. I'm not glorifying Bricks. Gang name is gangster though. gotta give credit where credit due.
Yeah,
but
they move in units. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So for real. They are what the group is formed for is to dethrone the American dollar as the world currency, or what they say fiat currency and whatnot. I think they're putting all their money into China's currency. I forgot what it was called, but they're backing their money to that. BRICS is an acronym for the original 5 countries that was in it is Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. So those nations, and really a lot of other nations now are cutting ties with America because of that. Mexico just joined a couple weeks back. Japan has joined with them. For what I've heard, Saudi Arabia has now cut ties with America with the oil production.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
so it's looking a little dicey.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to be gloom and doom, but I also need to, hey, what this means for us, what this means for, people and stuff. I mean, there's other people that's, talking about it that's definitely more qualified than I am. But, I definitely want to bring it up because, this does affect us. It affects every, just about every aspect of our life.
Facts.
Right now.
Facts, man.
Yeah.
The power of the dollar is changing, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Everything is changing, man. So, this whole Bitcoin thing and all of that shit, man. I mean, I tried to jump on that, but after a while, I was like, I don't know if I trust this shit.
Nah, but see, that's the thing though. This whole country, I mean, especially after '73, money used to be, from what I understand, money used to be backed by gold. But up until '73, they don't even have the gold to back up the money. Nixon did away with that. Yeah. Wow. But y'all worry about Trump. Y'all should arrest that nigga.
Right. You know what I mean? So, it's crazy out there.
I mean, I'm not, I'm not, and again, I'm not trying to absolve him, but it's just like there's, they're throwing him in as a distraction, and then you got all these people moving, and, especially like in the summertime, that's when a lot of laws start to change, especially around June 1st, July 1st. That's when laws change. That's when effects come in. So, I mean, that's something that we have to kind of pay attention to. So,
absolutely.
Yeah,
man.
But the BRICS, man, that's the most gangster shit.
You ain't lying, bro. They came up with the real one on that.
They came up with the real shit on that. Man. They gonna say, man, fuck what y'all think.
Right.
Yeah, man, if it would have been America, it'd have been like the standard, like, nah, they like, nah, this BRICS, nigga.
Right. You know what I mean? So, yeah, they moving weight, bro.
Moving weight right here, this nigga. Moving it all.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, shit. But, let's go ahead and talk about the Wu-Tang.
The American Saga. Yeah, we got to talk about 2 episodes because there was the Liquid Swords episode, which focused on the Jizza and what was the name of the second episode that we got to talk about?
The one where the man guys were shooting up with the
yeah.
Yo, man, them my peoples, man.
Yeah, I forgot the title, but so. Let's start with the Jizza joint, man. I love that one. That was actually my favorite of the 2 because I love when they go on these mental journeys and, show these characteristics of, how things are in their mind when they're creating in their creative process and that kind of thing. And I love how they played into the whole Liquid Swords album for Jizza. And he goes on a journey to kind of reunite the crew back together because they're kind of a little on the disjointed side. Everybody's off doing separate things.
Yeah.
So, and I love how they had to find, RZA, the Abbot, he was on Wu-Tang Mountain, you know what I mean? So I love when they got to, Inspector Deck, and he had to trick him, and he played the flute or whatever it was, and then went over there and hit the button, turned on the transmitter, and all the names came up. Like
I seen Razzcast,
Jay Dilla, MF Doom. Yeah,
I couldn't see the other names.
Right, but the very last one, I couldn't tell what it was, but it was just a dope concept that they did. So, what did you think about that episode?
Man, I enjoyed that episode. I mean, and honestly, that's kind of when I wrote that rhyme for that contest. That was kind of like what I had in my mind. About some of the stuff that I was spitting. It was just like, yo, they was in the you know what I'm saying, all this stuff with commercials, and just like what we talking about AI taking over music, it's like nothing's gonna be pure, nothing is raw anymore. But everybody now want this synthetic. They don't want this, you know what I'm saying? I think that's what I got out of it. They don't want that. They know that it's not that everybody wants it. I think everybody's tricked into wanting it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So now they're but they're tricked into like, yeah, we could do this because the masses, they want, this is what they want. We don't have to have the real in it. We can just dilute this down and then they can have that. So that's what I think. That was the journey. They were trying to fight for that, and you're like, we're fighting to keep it pure. So what I'm saying.
And it was the dope concept. It played so perfectly into the music, because you really do want to keep the music pure, but it was almost like you said, it was like a metaphor for like a drug game almost.
Oh yeah.
So, and then I like how they had a special appearance by my man Freddie Gibbs was in there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, it was a really dope episode, man. And then the second episode that we wanted to talk about, they went into a few other things like the Woo Wear, clothing line, he got an offer for that. Like, we can get you fucking stupid money and this and that for life. You get this big royalty, but you'll be selling off your whole ownership of it. You know what I mean? You let us take over and control the whole shit, and then you'll get paid for life. Which is nice to hear, when you're gonna be set for life on money. But it's like, damn, this is some shit I built though. You know what I mean? That's why I hate that shit, man, because a lot of times that's what we do. We build something up. And just because somebody's willing to throw a lot of cash at us, we're like, yeah, take it. You can have it. BET.
Yeah.
I mean, BET was such a dope situation until that shit got sold off.
Well, actually, they're in the process. Melanated people are in the process of buying again. Brian Allen and Tyler Perry, they're actually bidding on it now. So. But
Tyler Perry, I don't know. I mean, I like Tyler Perry, but I don't know if he would be good to.
It's gonna be Medeaville,
right? It's just some of his stuff is okay, but it's like sometimes I'm like, this is just too watered down. If we go back to the original type of BET, we ain't got to even bring back the original shows, but they just had so much more going on. You had like Video Soul, Teen Summit, Rap City, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they had
shows that was serious.
But now it's just, it's almost like the black version of Lifetime.
Right.
Like baby mama drama. And just like, for instance, like that's something that me and Brittany discussed. Like, how come they don't why do they always have to show us in this light of like this ghetto ratchetness?
Right.
How come there can't be like a show like American Pickers, but like black people, like yard sale hunters, flea market finders, you know what I'm saying? Something like that.
Exactly.
Or, black people fixing up, electronics or things like that. Why you got to go to like these other outlets and be like, well, look, this ain't me, but I like this guy is fixing on this stuff or doing this stuff. Who this guy fixes on cars, but like now when it comes to us, it's like, nah, we can't do nothing like that. All y'all can do is just, be ratchet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just,
and that's all they focus on nowadays, man. You get the ratchetness and the drama and all that, the fighting. And it's just like, we better than that.
Oh yeah, man. So you get tired. You get tired of seeing that shit.
So I mean, yeah, I get it, Tyler Perry. People are going to pay attention to the drama just because that's where the mind state is these days. But you can change that. You're a powerhouse. I mean, this dude got a studio that's 300 acres.
Yo,
you can do so much, man, other than just that. Give us a black game show or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Something.
I know black people.
Yeah.
I know black people.
So I don't know, man. I mean, I'm sure it will be a little bit better than Viacom owning it. You know what I mean? But still.
Yeah.
Byron Allen, he's serious. I like Byron Allen because he does real good content. He owns the Weather Channel.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I knew he was serious business when I found out he owned the Weather Channel because, you know, he could have just been like, nah, I want to focus on sitcoms and shows. Now he bought the motherfucking Weather Channel and owns that shit. So yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
Shout out to him.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so back to the Wu-Tang joint, man. So the second episode, you know, they make the big offer for the Wu Wear line, which was, you know, it was very tempting, but I think he's going to basically keep it because at the end, he talks to Raekwon about it. And, you know, he's like, yo, you know, we could do some different things, you know what I mean? So let's try this. And so it looks like he's going to keep it in the family at the moment.
Well, I'm about to say, unfortunately, it looked like they succumbed to that because, yeah, the Wu-Tang shirts that we got was purchased through via Walmart.
Right, exactly.
And,
they everywhere.
Yeah, they everywhere now. So, yeah.
Amazon,
yeah, they definitely succumbed. But the fact that they didn't do that the first time, I have to give that. You know, I mean, and then too, if he did sell it, you know, I mean, I'm not, you know, I'll say it like this: it's not. It's when it comes to that stuff, it's neither right or wrong. In a sense, but you know, be like, look, okay, I have something coming in for the rest of my life. I don't have to do anything.
Right.
And I can take that to build my other venture. You know what I'm saying? So I can see that, you know, being, but at the same time, it's like, but you know, especially with that, you know, I built this with my, you know, these are my dudes, and I built this with my dudes. Like I can't really let them, you know, they're from the outside, and they just, you know, throwing money at it and saying like, oh, we're just gonna sell it, as opposed to actually like, you know, like I guess what you say, like actually make it appeal for the street. You know what I'm saying? Now you're going to try to make it appeal for, I mean, which is fine, but it's like you're not making it appeal to like, you know, the real audience.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean.
Exactly. That's, you know, that's big business for you though, man.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it's a great episode, man. I mean, what else happened? Oh yeah, RZA and his brother Devon found out their mom had been getting a little on the abuse side.
They about to put in that work.
They was about to put in some work and go look for old boy. But, you know, by the time they got there, she knew, you know, she kind of knew. Her mother's intuition kind of told her, you know, they coming to visit me because they trying to look for him. And she ended up kind of talking him out of it like, you know, hey, you once told me Wu-Tang was all about moving forward, never backwards. So let's stick with that concept. You know what I mean? So
be bigger than what that. But I mean, nah, I don't. Man, listen.
Yeah. Man, listen. I ain't gonna lie, I wouldn't have been able to hold back on that one. I'd be like, that's cool. I would have told her what she wanted to hear. That's cool. That's cool. You know, I'm gonna run to the store.
I'm gonna run to the store and get a packet. You know, get a pack of something. I'll be right back.
Right.
And early news today.
Exactly.
Bad, man. But yeah, nah, that's crazy, man. I just, you know, but I understand where she was coming from because, like, and it's not like, it's kind of like what Nori said in this particular song, like they did this interview, and he was saying, like, it said, man, get in the rap game, it said it's worse. Said in the rap game, in the drug game, they can shoot you. You know, if someone jerk you, you can shoot them and kill them. But if someone jerk you in the rap game, you got to be humble. Right. So it's kind of like in that thing, it's like you have to You know what I'm saying? You kind of like y'all so big now. If y'all get into an incident, it's not only just going to affect you. They're going to look at the whole group.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So they kind of had to back off certain things.
Right.
I'm not saying that's right. You know what I'm saying? Because then, you got other groups down. You got other crews down, and even especially back then, especially like a Death Row and things like that, they would go in and it don't matter. Like shit, even Nas had goons, dude. Mm-hmm. Nas had goons, man. Yeah, like
I believe Nas still got some goons, man.
Oh yes, you best believe.
Hold on, let me do something real quick. Because I think I know what it might be. Hold on 1 second.
Well, but yeah, as you talk with that, I'm just gonna keep with
go.
But so with excuse me,
talk about the Delphonics joint, man.
And that shit was crazy. They was. But see, that was crazy because in the show, it was like they were kind of they were kind of setting to the side.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, for what he did. But when he was when Ghostface actually tells the story, he's like, man, I had to apologize for that shit. I was like, man, nah, they were cool, man. They were Philly niggas. They was like, nah, son, that just brought my shit.
Right. I was kind of hoping they would explore that.
That too,
yeah. Show, yeah.
But at the same time, I could understand. You know what I'm saying? I could understand that situation if it did go down like that. I could understand it, being like that as well. Because you know what I'm saying? It's like, dang, man, we doing this, and man, this mug crazy. You know what I'm saying? And that goes back to the whole. It goes back to the whole point of, like what RZA was talking about to Ghost, like, we could have retaliated, we could have done some stuff.
Right.
We kind of have to, let things go a little bit.
Right.
We have to be bigger than that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I apologize, y'all. I had to kind of reset my camera. It had stopped on the show. But for this part that got cut off, we were just talking about the Wu-Tang Saga and the episode where Ghostface was in the car with the Delphonics and got into a little shootout. You know what I mean? And I believe he had a good reason to do what he did, because that car was showing up everywhere.
Yeah, man.
Even though they didn't shoot first, you know what I mean? He was like, nah, I'm not trying to wait for y'all to shoot. I'm about to go ahead and pull my shit out, fucking them down. You know what I mean? So the Delphonics was in the car like, yo, what the hell going on?
My man wild.
And I love that they incorporated that into the show, because like you said, he had just talked about that on Drink Champ.
Yeah, Drink Champ.
And so he told the story. So I was wondering if that was going to be part of the show. So it was good that they got a chance to put that in there. But yeah, and like you said, in real life, he said the Delphonics was like, yo, we wish we had our straps. You know what I mean? We'd have joined in.
Because don't let them sing in the
right.
Especially with them old groups, don't let that fool you.
Right.
Don't let that fool you.
Exactly. So
R&B nigga cut your ass in a minute.
Right. Exactly. So yeah, man, it was a really great episode, man. I liked everything that went on in that. RZA found the sound he was looking for because he had been searching. And he thought it was going to be part of this album that he was looking for, but once he got it, he realized it wasn't really that. It was the what you call it?
Yeah, slide guitar, playing the music. Yeah.
So that was dope. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's such a great show, man. I love how they going out with such a bang. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. That's right. The last episode is today.
Yeah.
Yeah, it comes out today.
Today's episode we'll talk about next week.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to overthrow y'all. We didn't get a chance to look at it yet either, so we don't want to overwhelm y'all with that. But yeah, and I mean, I just love how they bringing that nostalgia back. You know, when they did stuff like the Liquid Swords and played into that whole concept, and you know when they started rhyming, it was just defeating everybody around them with the energy blast and all of that. And Method Man came through and did his verse with shadowboxing, and it, you know, they did it just like in the video with the fatigue. Ghostface, you know, did his part from Fourth Chamber, and RZA did his part. It was so dope, man. That just, I was in here just going bananas when I heard that shit.
Yeah, man.
Yo, and then they did what, Duel of the Iron Mike.
Duel of the Iron Mike.
Yeah, that was so dope, man. They did such a good job with that, man. So, but yeah, what else did you want to say about that show? Anything else? Did I miss any parts of the show?
I think we kind of nailed it all. But yeah, if y'all haven't seen it, you know what I'm saying, definitely go back. You know, definitely go check it out. It's definitely worth. It's definitely good TV.
Yeah,
it's definitely good TV.
If you're a Wu fan, you need to be watching it. But I would say also, if you're a Wu fan, you probably already are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there's no way you're a real Wu fan and you're not even into that. You know what I mean? You're gonna want to see that.
Yeah.
So shout out to RZA, man, for putting that together, and all the whoever's, you know, behind that other than him. I think it was his brainchild, but you know, I'm sure there's other people.
I think Method Man's a part of it. Like he's the executive producer as well.
Okay. Yeah, they doing such a good job with that, man. So, and they going out at the right time. You know, they're going out with a good bang. So, you know, I'm anxious to see what this last episode is going to be like. You know, so anyway, I guess we can go ahead and wrap it up, man. So that was episode 327. 237.
Dang, you got it jumping up with things. Hey. It's my fault because I went back. 236. 237. 237.
My bad. My brain is so futuristic. You know what I mean? So, but anyway, you know, excuse me. For Triad Hip Hop Podcast, you know, don't forget one more time: like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Brothers and sisters, you know what I mean? We need funds. Allocated. Because we're going to do our own Wu-Tang saga. You know, it's what we call the Triad saga. You know what I mean? We're going to take you out through a journey, you know. But anyway, for Triad Hip Hop Podcast, this is your man Kurt, and this is
Howard.
And we'll see y'all in the next one.
Peace.
Yeah, I think my joint cut off because I think